Hey everyone, welcome back to Stag Voiceover. My name is Neil Glasgow. So in today's video, we're going to do a microphone review. Now, you know it, you love it, you've maybe never heard of it. It's the one and only, heavy as all buggery, Blue Yeti. Look at the size of this thing. Let's get into it. Okay, so lots of people contact me and they ask, what mic should I use? And the Blue Yeti is arguably one of the good starter mics that you could definitely get involved with. Now, I'm recording the rest of this video using the Blue Yeti and sorry it's taking up most of the screen, but as I say, this thing is huge, but that does mean it's quite sturdy. And it comes with its own stand and it's actually really good if you don't have a mic arm. If you're doing things like podcasts, conference calls, anything like that, the Blue Yeti really does work. And you might think, why the hell am I reviewing a microphone for conference calls? Well, the Blue Yeti is actually quite complex in what it offers. It's got multiple pattern functions, which means at the moment I'm using the cardioid, which means I get front facing. It's got a bipolar pattern, which means you'll get front and back. So if you're having a conversation, say you're in a podcast, if you're doing that sort of thing, you've got an omnidirectional, which means you're going to get everything all around. Hit the mic. You're going to get everything all around the room, again, if you're doing these sorts of conference calls. Anyway, it's a really funky mic in terms of what it can do, but we're going to focus on this, the voiceover element, the cardioid pattern. And one of the things that I'm going to highlight for you right away is this is a USB mic. And it's actually, as far as USB mics go, pretty damn good. USB mics, I've always been a little bit hesitant around it, and I'm going to throw up a couple of videos here, left and right and left, that show what the noise signal coming from this actually is. Now, the first signal that you're going to see here, that is my normal microphone, that's my Lewitt 540S, love it. And the pattern here is going to be the Blue Yeti. And what you'll see there is just the ambient noise difference. That is what the microphone is picking up with a completely silent room. That was taken in this booth, door closed, really, really silent. And what you see is essentially the Blue Yeti is picking up a lot more noise, not because it's a better microphone or it's more sensitive or anything like that. It is quite sensitive, but all the internal workings here generate a sound that you're not going to hear, but it will pick it up. Now, let's be fair to it, it's really negligible. That is still way below where you would be concerned about the noise coming through that microphone. So actually, it's really not that bad. The other thing that you are going to need to look out for, and I've purposely not put it on this, is a pop filter. Now, I'm going to just show you a couple of videos here. These are auditions I did today, the exact same audition, one that I've done with my Lewitt, one that I've done with the Blue Yeti without a pop filter, and you're going to hear that, and one with a pop filter, and see for yourself. The fashion industry has been changing slowly for some time, as we try desperately to keep up with consumers' evolving priorities. But it's simply not fast enough. The fashion industry has been changing slowly for some time as we try desperately to keep up with consumers' evolving priorities. But it's simply not fast enough. The fashion industry has been changing slowly for some time as we try desperately to keep up with consumers' evolving priorities. But it's simply not fast enough. So the Blue Yeti for voiceover, it's actually a good microphone that you can start out at. And I say start out, as you develop and get more income through, you can absolutely graduate, but people get a lot of work through this microphone. As you can hear, it's not a bad sound that's coming out. And at £130, $130, it's actually not a bad microphone at all for the price. I've seen significantly worse microphones for the price. But what I'm testing out on these microphones really are the noise that it's picking up, how sensitive really that they are. And what the quality of the audio coming out the back end for your auditions. Now, if you're in a ill-treated room, I would be a bit concerned about this microphone outside of a booth, basically. The reason I'm saying that is you might not be able to make it out, but right now, the gain that I have on this microphone is down as low as it can go. And I'm well over 6 inches, you know, I'm probably a good half foot here. So yeah, make sure if you're going to use this just with the sensitivity, get a pop filter. For the love of everything you hold dear, get a pop filter. Otherwise, you're really going to ruin your audio. One of the good things about a Blue Yeti is they're supposed to be plug and play. So essentially, take out the box, plug it straight into the USB, into your computer. There's no software to download. There's no updates to do. Get it in, get it into your DAW. Make sure you select it on your Reaper if you're using that, and get into recording. Now, it wasn't quite plug and play for me when I started testing it out, only because of the configuration element. Getting this to work correctly, and so that I wasn't clipping, I wasn't doing anything else, and making sure that I had to turn the gains right down. At the levels I've got, I am now talking, I'm just looking at my DAW, I am now peaking at around -12, really getting at a high level at about -6. Now that's where I would have my microphones normally. That's at the lowest setting. If I turn that up, actually, let's do that. So if I turn that up now, listen, that's up full. It's just, you can't, yeah. Way back down to quiet time now. You have to make sure that it's working. And bear in mind, this is a well-treated space. I know what I'm doing. Be a bit conscious of it. Should that put you off the microphone? Absolutely not. If you can afford $130 or £130, you could probably get it cheaper. Blue Yeti's been around for a while and they're a lot second-hand on the market at the minute. Yeah, I would definitely be checking this one out. Do I recommend it if you're just starting out? Absolutely. Could you do better? Yes, you absolutely can. I will always say, if you're going to get a microphone for voiceover, get the best you can possibly afford. 130? Really? That's kind of entry-level prices. So, Blue Yeti, forget all the other settings, forget the multi-pattern, all that sort of stuff. Cardioid setting, voiceover, you can hear it. It's got a really good, crisp sound. Kind of short, sharp and sweet on this review because, really, there's not a lot wrong with this microphone. It's heavy as hell. Takes a little bit of configuration, but ultimately, it's a really decent mic, especially for a USB mic. If you've liked this video, give it a like and subscribe. If you like the Blue Yeti, give it a like and subscribe. And remember, you can absolutely get an affordable mic and be a voiceover artist. I'll see you in the next video.